Hey guys, Rob here. It is December 27th at 2 in the morning. I actually yesterday watched two movies in the theaters, not back to back, but throughout the course of the day. So, the first film I want to talk about is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I want to say I've been waiting for like the past 6 months, ever since I saw the teaser for it. Directed by David Fincher, same as Fight Club, Seven. I was kind of expecting a darker movie, but this was a lot different than his normal style. Very much nostalgic, even though the constant theme of death is throughout it. It was more so the nostalgic view rather than the dark reaches of it. Even though I will give you, this movie can be very depressing at times. It was also written by, the screenplay was written by Eric Roth, which a lot of you might not know, wrote Forrest Gump. Uh, and that, if I had to compare this movie to anything, shares a lot of similarities with it. It's not a carbon copy, because it's not about some, idiot going throughout time, but it is time themed. And it does go throughout the years from about 1917 to about, I want to say 2003, no, maybe 2005, when Hurricane Katrina happened. So it does focus a lot on New Orleans. About 80% of the film focuses on New Orleans, and it bookends with the story of the currently approaching Hurricane Katrina. So, what I wanted to talk about was a couple of points of the film. First off, the acting. Brad Pitt played Benjamin Button. Kate Blanchett played Daisy, the main love interest. Their chemistry was amazing. The characters I really got drawn into immediately. Really wanted to know how the whole story was going to turn out in the long run. Basically, for those who don't know, Benjamin Button is the story of a guy who was born with the strange aging backwards disease. It doesn't exist. Many of you know Jack, where you actually advanced aged, but in this case, it's the exact opposite. So he is born an old man, and eventually will die a young boy. Um, but overall, not only the leads in this film, Brad Pitt, amazing. I didn't once look at the character and go, "Wow, that's Brad Pitt." I just got lost in the character himself, and it gave a very unique perspective of how what we would be like if we were raised, not having that normal childhood where if you were raised with the immediate realization of what death is and what adult life consists of. So, overall, I give this one of my favorite movies of the year, up there with like Dark Knight. Um, but in general, the only thing as I can think of negatively is length. It runs about 2 hours 45 minutes. Some portions of it do seem to drag a bit. And another thing, talking to some people with their reviews of it, they've found that they don't see much of a point to it. And I'll give you, there really isn't an overall point. It's kind of like a slice of life, an observation, a viewer seeing this guy's life from outside perspective. And I always enjoy pieces like that. This is very reminiscent to like Big Fish, minus the really wacky Danny DeVito turning into a wolf. But I mean, it is out there. It is a little far-fetched fantasy, have you? But I think in the long run, it really ties together, and it really has a pretty impacting ending. So yeah, I give this seal of approval. The other film I'll talk about in the next blog.